View from high above the city that never sleeps, New York City. Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting edition of the NBA. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. First for the Suns, Dragic is out there at Bledsoe. And at center, it's Marcin Gortat, the 6'11 versatile scorer and finisher, known as the Polish Hammer. And it's Caron Butler, and it's Morris in at the 4. And for the Knicks, Felton is out there with Iman Shumpert. And in the middle, the 2012 Defensive Player of the Year, 7'1" rebounder, shot blocker, and leader Tyson Chandler. Then it's Anthony. And it's Bargnani in at the 4 spot.
Tyson Chandler, first-time All-Star last season. His 12th season in the league. This is a guy that came right out of high school. It was a long time coming for him, but certainly that All-Star berth well-deserved.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And for Tyson Chandler, it's been a long road over the last few seasons. Steve, he's playing undoubtedly the best basketball of his career.
Yeah, key contributor on Team USA, an NBA champion with the Mavericks in 2011, and now an NBA All-Star. It's the defense, it's the understanding of his teammates and the game plan. Just a very, very smart player and a hard worker as well.
The 9-foot shot, and it's blocked by Morris. Felton against Dragic, and Butler, here we go. Dragic, no good on the 3. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I was able to talk with Jeff Hornacek for a moment. They'll have their hands full with the Knicks in this one, and I asked him how he planned on playing them. He told me they have some big names, Melo, Kidd, Amare, the list goes on. I think we can beat them with our depth, though. The deeper into the benches each team goes, the better advantage we'll have. We'll see if his bench backs up his remarks, guys.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
Well, you know, the Suns dropped from being a team that could fight for a playoff spot to the cellar of the West last season, and much of that you could attribute to how much they struggled on the road.
But 3, they get the rebound. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
A lot of noise coming from these fans. Pretty unhappy with that call.
Well, you know, we've got a lot of amateur officials in the crowd, and not one of them liked it.
Well, the Suns did have a lot of trouble on the road, as you were saying, Clark. Only managed to win 8 games as the visiting team. Steve, the entire season. That's not good.
Well, 8 wins is unacceptable, man. It actually tied the Suns with the Kings for the fewest road wins in the entire conference. So, look, this is a young team. They have a lot of learning to do. They've got to add talent. I think the rebuilding project has started, and they're going to get better, but it's still going to take some time.
Here's Chandler, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
It's Dragic with the drive, Len, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Knicks trail by 6. Outside, Felton. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
For Pheonix, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Dragic dishes to Morris. Feeds it to Len. Now the pass to Dragic. Went down low that time, and he got the 3-second goal. And the Suns making a change here. The Knicks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
In his return to New York, I tell you, Raymond Felton looked to have his best season yet as a pro. He came in and made plays and filled the void left at the point guard spot for the Knicks.
Morris off a pick from left. Dragic the pass to Morris. Misses the 3. And for Felton, I guess, just something in the water in New York. Stevie, he's played his best basketball in the big city.
Yeah, he had a good run there several years back before he was traded to Denver as part of that Carmelo Anthony trade. And now that he's back in New York, Felton once again having a terrific impact on that team.
The feed to Morris. Back to Bledsoe. Nice ball movement by Pheonix. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Knicks trailed by 4. Here's Hudrick. Right through the D for the layup. There's a minute left to play in the first quarter. Rogic kicks to Bledsoe. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for the Suns. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It's stolen by Morris. Green with the ball. Now Smith defending. Green dishes to Beasley. Back to Green. And it's off from three-point range. The drive by Smith. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
It's Beasley on the wing. Off target from outside. Here's Hudrick. Here's Smith. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. Smith's got his second basket of the game.
You know, something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
It's a tie game the Knicks so far. What do you guys think?
And they're really keying in on getting as many good shots inside the lane as possible. They're doing a nice job of not just settling for outside looks.
Yep, I agree. I mean, they're working it inside and doing it with intention and purpose.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, guys, J.R. Smith is a player who has faced his share of criticism over the years. Coming into last season, he said, I looked my career over and realized I never won anything. I'm lacking discipline. I have to show people a different side of me, that I can be more positive, humble, and be more of a team player as opposed to just trying to do everything myself. And it paid off as he won the 6th Man of the Year award. Coach Mike Woodson said, quote, I'm so proud of him. He bought in, he put in the time, and he worked his tail off. A great story, Kevin.
Well, you have to like that focus on the team first. Thanks, Doris.
There were only 3 teams in the East that had a positive record against the Western Conference, and the Knicks were one of them. When you have talent like this team does, it doesn't really matter where your opponent is from because you're going to be able to compete.
Well, Clark, as you mentioned, the Knicks against the West, when you had the offensive capabilities from deep that they did, you know, Steve, you're never really out of the game.
Yeah,
you should know.
Well, they could just shoot their way back into games very easily, and that's what they did a lot of times against some of those teams in the West. But yeah, you have to play well against the West if you want to win your division, and the Knicks were able to do that last year.
Felton against Green. Here's Bargnani. Out of bounds, Knicks ball as New York keeps possession. Ramon Shumpert is checked in for Udrich. And it's Shumpert penetrating. 6 to shoot. Here's Chandler. Makes it off the glass. Chandler's got 5 points.
Well, they are having their way in the paint right now. So many looks right at the rim.
Defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's helped them get the ball in close time after time, Steve.
Marshall with it. Now Felton defending. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Smith drives in, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Well, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
The Suns trailing. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. He dishes it to Gortat. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
And that one's good, Shumpert. So it's Pheonix now. Marshall with it. Kicks it to Gortat. Lets it go from 11. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. The Knicks have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter.
You know, Marcin Gortat, since he was traded from Orlando to Phoenix, has developed into one of the best centers in the league. He can finish at the rim with either hand. He can step out and make a jump shot. He can pass the ball. Playing awfully well.
And Marshall kicks to Green. Doubled by Shumpert. Green passes to Marshall. Dishes it to Morris. And there's the call on Chandler. That's his first foul.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
.156 left in the first half. Tries again. Marcin Gortat again. Gortat's got 10 points.
And the lead goes right back over. This is a seesaw affair.
The game's there for the taking, but neither team seems to want it.
And Gortat has worked in the offseason with Hakeem Olajuwon to develop his post moves.
Yeah, the dream becoming quite the post guru in his retirement days because he was clearly one of the best we've seen in the league. Kobe's been to him. LeBron spent time with him. Dwight Howard. That says a lot about him, but also them, that they would seek him out for help.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Brown. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kevin, although Andrea Bargnani is a player that had seemed to have lost a lot of value around the league, the Knicks were actually eager to acquire him this offseason, despite the money remaining on his contract. And you can see the fit. A team that loves to spread the floor and shoot threes, he can certainly do that, and gives the team another versatile scorer to complement the brilliant Carmelo Anthony. Kevin, we'll see how it works out.
Seems like a good fit. Thanks, Doris. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Suns.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Here's what Pheonix has got going on right now. Eric Bledsoe is checked in for Gerald Green, and it's Dragic in for Kendall Marshall.
They're working in closer to the bucket here in the second.
Yeah, Clark, the threes really weren't falling early, and sometimes seeing a few easy ones go down can get your offense back into a groove.
Chandler outside. Smith outside. 6 on the shot clock. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Butler. Bledsoe outside. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Gortat back to Bledsoe. Nice ball movement by Pheonix. The dish now to Morris. And Bargnani sends it back. The drive by Smith. It's stolen by Dragic. From the arc. And the first half ends in a close one. Pheonix ahead. They're up by 3. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. I hope the Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. What a game so far we're seeing from Gortat.
Yeah, he tore it up on the offensive glass in the first couple of quarters. Love the effort you're getting out of him.
Incredibly persistent, which is what it takes to be a successful offensive rebounder. I should know. I used to eat a lot of glass in my day. Well, guys, Goran Dragic signed to a big 4-year contract by the Phoenix Suns last season. Really has played well. He's crafty, he's clever, he's got good size, can finish at the basket, and also can shoot the threes. He's a lot of fun to watch.
And Dragic actually drafted by the Suns back in 2008 with a second-round pick. And, Steve, you know a little bit about him. They had the the good sense to bring him back.
I did draft him, Kevin, and a guy we liked for a long time before that draft. He's turned into an excellent player. The Suns brought him back after losing Steve Nash, and for a team looking to build and go young, he's been a good fit.
Nice shot by Felton. Felton's got 6. Clark and Steve Eater's side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
Well, 8 lead changes, Kevin, so far as the teams are battling it out here in the third.
Yeah, it's all building towards what could be a great finish. This will be fun to watch.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
You know, for so long, the Suns have been one of the stronger teams in the West and typically could just blitzkrieg Eastern Conference teams with their offense. That's not the case anymore. It really was the East that got the better of the Suns last season.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Stoudemire's checked in for Chandler. And it's Udrich in for Raymond Felton. Well, back to the Suns against the Eastern Conference. They really seem to flounder at times, and they travel to the East Coast. And Steve, even when they hosted teams in the desert.
You know, all good things must come to an end, and the Suns' dominance over the East wasn't going to last forever. Because remember, for many years, the Suns just ran roughshod over the Eastern Conference. But only 8 wins in their 30 games against the East. That was by far the lowest total of anybody in the West.
Shumpert against Bledsoe. Butler goes in. Butler missing again.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
And the Suns making a change here. Morris is checked in. Suns trail by 3.
What's interesting for me to watch with Mike Woodson as head coach in New York is the exciting floor spacing offense they started playing last season. In Atlanta, he'd been known for a grinded out isolation play style, but has actually tweaked his approach a little bit, and that's been impressive.
It's Anthony with the drive, 11 feet away, and that one comes up a bit short. The Suns have got a paltry 0 of 6 to begin the third quarter. What a terrible start to the half. Dragic gets the bucket.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
And back to Mike Woodson, not a flashier, high-maintenance type of personality. He keeps it on the level, and I think, Steve, the players appreciate that.
Players definitely like that. He's very quiet on the sidelines, but not afraid to get in your face when necessary. And I think that's a really good temperament for a coach to have. In general, I think he's a guy who is very well respected around the league and did an excellent job with New York a season ago.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Bargnani is checked in for the Knicks. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Outside jumper. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yeah, that's something the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
Pheonix calls timeout.
You know, after losing Jeremy Lin going into last season, guys, I think some fans were concerned that the team might slip back to isolation basketball and their offense would stagnate, but instead they flourished as a three-point shooting team.
There's Dragic with the 3. Count that one. Dragic has got 5.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Pass to Bargnani. And that one's good. And back to the Knicks personnel moves. You got to give them a lot of credit going out and finding shooters and defenders and Steve playmakers to surround their star players.
Yeah, they ended up with Bargnani, putting him at the kind of the shooting 4 spot, adding another three-point threat. The Knicks are always going to be aggressive personnel-wise. This was already a good team, second best record in the East, but you know, they're looking to get better.
He was all alone on that one. Morris has got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
And the Suns making a change here. Morris is checked in. Shumpert dishes to World Peace. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. World Peace has got his first points in this one. Pheonix has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now here's Bledsoe. Back to Beasley. All sorts of time. That one off the back iron and out.
That's a shot that he sometimes struggles with, but you can't fault him for taking it when the defense backs off like that.
The Suns trailing. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Bledsoe with it. Picked up by World Peace. Morris with the bucket. 16 seconds left to play in the third. Felton kicks to Shumpert. Passes it to Stoudemire. Some solid defense here from Morris.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
It's a tie game in New York. Good. So it's the Knicks now. Here's Bargnani. Excellent D there from Beasley. Sun shooting here about 46% for the game. Pass to Green. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Now Stoudemire. Shumpert passes to Felton. He feeds it to Bargnani. Rebound by the Suns.
Defender was in his jersey that time, Steve.
And it rattled him. He clearly was not comfortable at all on the release.
Green kicks to Dragic. Shot clock at 6. Back to Green to take the lead. That one wide left. Here's Anthony. Stolen by Bledsoe. It's Dragic with the drive. Bledsoe. He kicks to Green. Back to Bledsoe. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, Shumpert's one of the best athletes in the league, and that's saying something. These are the best athletes in the world out here, Kevin. But at 6'5" and 220, he's got the strength and quickness to really be an elite defender.
Yeah, strength and quickness for sure. You see that in his steals numbers, Steve. The offense is still a work in progress, certainly, but he is already a very, very good perimeter defender.
Come on, box him out, man.
Bledsoe dishes to Morris. He passes to Dragic. Drops in the tray. And the Suns lead by 2.
You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a 3 in the first.
J.R. Smith on the wing, defended by Bledsoe. Smith the pass to Shumpert. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Bledsoe with it. Now Anthony defending. Feeds to Dragic. They get it back. Outside for Bledsoe. And the pass to Morris. Outside Dragic. Fires the 3. Cannot hit. The Knicks go the other way with it. It's stolen by Dragic. And there's the feed to land. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 3 assists in the game. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Suns.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
And guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey guys, well Mike Woodson had some advice for the team over that last break. He laid out the X's and O's and told them we're still alive guys. We've just got to work together, trust each other, and play our backsides off. Kevin, we'll see if they've got enough in the tank to get over the top. .153 left here in the fourth quarter.
He dishes it to Beasley. Back to Dragic. Nice ball movement by Pheonix. Beasley kicks to Dragic. Back to Beasley. Lock at 6. Dishes it to Dragic. There's the 3. Can't get it to go.
Not a bad look at the hoop, just couldn't get it to bounce in for him.
Into Smith. Tipped. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Beasley, and it's Pheonix scoring again. Knicks trail by 6.
Time is definitely not on their side at this point.
Yeah, they need a quick bucket.
Here's Bargnani, and he banks it in. 1:04 left in the fourth quarter. Works out with a screen on Felton. Kicks to Morris. Back to Dragic. Now the dish to Bledsoe. Courts out inside. Puts up the baby hook. Chandler with the defensive effort. Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
No room for mistakes right now.
Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Huge points.
That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket. Desperately.
And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so too. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, they had a foul to give, but they couldn't get it done before that shot attempt.
Yeah, and giving up free throws isn't ideal here, Steve. You know that, but at least they got the clock stopped.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Nice work there. Steps up, knocks them down, and makes it a 2-possession game.
Smith, defended by Bledsoe. From 13, money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
Ferron Butler's checked in for Michael Beasley. Second one is good. And both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game. New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
I think the coach is telling them here to just take the easy points in a hurry, and then you got to foul right away.
I don't think they necessarily need to just foul blindly right away here. Still go for a steal before you send one of them to the foul line.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And you got to think those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
And Felton is up top. He's guarded by Dragic. And the rejection by Gortat. Now Butler. So the Suns win it. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.